let's go. Hit go live. Let's go. All right. From the greatest hockey arena in the world, we welcome you for a final time to White Bear Lake Boys Hockey on the Horn. With Chad Olson, Zach Chapman, and Thomas Halverson running camera. Myself is Zach Halverson. And we are here to bring you this battle, the Suburban East Conference collision between the Royals of Woodbury, 11-2 on the year, and the 15-7-1 White Bear Lake Bears. Chad, the Bears have hit a bit of a skid as of late. They corrected it the other day, but with this being the final home game of the year, second to last game of the regular season, it is time now, high time, to get things together, get things ready for sections, and they might be able to perhaps get some help to do that with number 8.
Yeah, huge return in Jack Stanius coming back Tuesday against Eastridge. They also got Blake Eckerly back in the last couple of games. They're going to be very well needed going into the playoffs, and like you said, 2 more practices before the real season begins.
And Zach, you've seen this team develop all year, and that's really the cool thing about check. All right. All right, folks, we just lost power because why wouldn't we?
It's always something.
Man, it was going a little too smooth for too long, wasn't it?
Yep.
I mean, my goodness. All right, we had to run across, so I'm going to let you talk again, Zach, since we lost it. We got to see this team develop. It's been a roller coaster ride. Where do you see them as of now as we head into section play?
It's really tough to say because, this team I think can compete with most teams that they go up against, but it's been kind of a series of just a season of will they be able to, and just not kind of get in their own way, and that's pretty much been kind of the season that I've seen for the most part.
We're going to pause for the national anthem, and hopefully we have power still after this. Bye. Let's start over, pretend like none of that ever actually happened. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Quit touching anything. Nobody's touching anything. We're done touching things. It's going to work. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. From the greatest hockey arena in the world, we welcome you to White Bear Lake Boys Hockey on the Horn. The 15-7-1 White Bear Lake Bears playing host to the Woodbury Royals, 11-2-0 on this 2023-2024 season. A Suburban East Conference collision, and we appreciate you joining us here tonight on the home of White Bear Nation, the Horn. With Chad Olson and Zach Chapman, I'm Zach Halverson. A crucial game for the Bears here. Couple more games left in this season. Chad, a few more games. They got plenty of some road tests ahead, but this is crunch time here. Yep. Sections are only a couple weeks away.
And depending on what...
Or a week away, I should say.
Yeah, depending on what seeds the Bears get. If they get the 4 seed, this would more than likely be the 4-5 matchup. So you might see a rematch next Saturday.
Absolutely. Michael Pedruski in goal for the Woodbury Royals. On the other side, another number 30 on the ice. Leo Gabriel back in goal. 1.93 goals against, 92% save percentage. He has been key to the success of this team all year long.
Saw on Twitter today, or X as they call it now, that he hit 1,000 career saves.
And that's 1,001. Well, yep. Not probably. It was probably 1,000 and went over, unless it went exactly to 1,000. But yep. We have our first save of the hockey game, and Gabriel is the one who directs it over the netting. The Royals, good start here, just 10 seconds in. Certainly trying to get a hot start off on this very good White Bear Lake team. We mentioned in the pre-anthem, I hate to call it a pre-game really, Jack Stanius back out there for the Bears, and he looks to his left for Nolan Road. Stanius gets a pass, spins around, gets it on his forehand, goes behind the Royals goal, has some help with Laska. Laska skates it, cycles it down to a wide open shot for Stanius, but it's blocked in front. Laska gets it back in the corner. Road down there as well in front of the Zamboni doors, trying to fight off a man, kicks it to his stick, goes out high. Here's Stanius with a chance, can't quite corral it, finally gets a handle on it, looks, finds Road, one-time shot, score! Nolan Road! Just 51 seconds in, and the Bears take a 1-0 lead.
Very nice tip there by Nolan Road. Just in the slot, able to keep it on the ice, and slides under the Woodbury goalie there for another goal for the likely Mr. Hockey finalist.
We will see for sure. It's right around that time of year, Chad. We're going to get I think the top 10 or whatever, and then we'll hopefully get some votes for Nolan. He has been key to this team. Though really, 24 goals now on the year. It doesn't get much better than that as he approaches potentially a 50-point season and a 25-game season too. That is so impressive.
That's very good too, with such a great playmaker and Stanius being out most of the year on that line. But Maverick Timmons and Buto really stepped up.
Absolutely. Out there comes the aforementioned Timmons. It goes off his stick, flutters up in the air, and is caught by Petruzewski. Oh, how nice is that? Thank you. They're mentioning, I don't think people can hear, but good job, Chad. Thank you. Wave at the crowd.
They're doing way too many stuff for us tonight.
We're not
trying to be
comfortable.
emotional.
We're not. We'll be fine. I think we're good. We're good. We're good. Everything's good. Everything's happy. Fun. Here's Evan Newlander, goes to the blue line. A shot deflected in front, spinning and firing just wide was Newlander again. He is all over the place down there in the offensive zone. Takes a whack at it here. The puck is cleared and then sent down into the White Bear Lake zone. Gabriel watches go by him as it's backhanded toward the blue line. Big hit put on as the puck is sent wide of the White Bear Lake goal. Driving down deep, it's Tommy Dittrich. It's lost to the stick of Noah Norman. Norman fires it across for Newlander. Can't handle it, but gets it right back. And then Norman trying to one-hand it forward. Instead, it's knocked back deep into the White Bear Lake end by Eschweiler. So the Bears looking for a breakout here. Got it to their blue line. Now it's put out dangerously in front of that Bears goal. Luckily, the Bears defense playing some good zone, directing it to the corner, and now it's in some skates. Just under 3 minutes gone here. Great start to this one for White Bear Lake. The Royals trying to answer. Slid forward here to the red line, but again, the Royals very strong in the neutral zone, will carry it back in. A shot save made by Gabriel, denying Matthew Tarleton the opportunity. And 3 minutes now gone in the opening frame. Good crowd here on a Thursday night. Of course, you got the allure of the final home game. This will be not only you have the crowd wanting to see this, but you also have these kids who, you talk about these seniors, Nolan Rowe, this will be the last game he will play in this building as a White Bear Lake Bear.
That is true.
So
emotional night for everybody tonight.
For everybody. And final home game of his first season as head coach of the Bears, Chris Anderson. As Nolan Rowe skates it in. Rowe fires one, score! Top shelf from the top of the circle, and the Bears lead 2-0. Number 2. Oh, wow.
Just doing it himself. He was able to skate in, make a nice move, and just fire it over the shoulder.
He did have a nice mood, too. It was a pretty good
He's in a great mood.
He's in the zone.
2 goals already.
2 goals on 2 shots. 100% goal percentage. They don't have that.
Yep.
But if you have a save percentage, why not a goal percentage? Scoring percentage. I don't know what you call it. But he's batting 1,000 tonight, is Nolan Rowe. That is now goal number 25 of the season and number 68 of the career. So one more for the Hattie. That's what we're talking about. One more for the hat trick, among other things. Stanius has it. Drives down low, centers one, just out of the reach of a swinging Buto. Puck goes all the way back into the Bears' end. They will regroup here. Knocked back by Eckerly. Swung forward to Lalonde. Tyler Lalonde in, drops it back here for Buto. Buto driving, tries a weak angle shot, that's denied, and then played back to the corner. Royals looking to clear. They get in front of their bench. Buto at the red line. Puck stolen away by Vinny Hunt. Again, Lalonde, cross-ice pass. Here's Timmons driving in. It goes on goal. And covering up will be Petruzewski. with 12:22 remaining. That is the third shot on goal of the game for the Bears, technically. And the first one that was on goal that didn't go in. We might want to get that tape picked up before we get sued.
Yeah.
As it's played back to neutral ice, dumped in by the Bears once more. That's a long pass for the Royals as they've had some chances early here. It's just playing against Nolan Road, and that's very tough sometimes.
Yeah, it was a tight game when these teams first played. 4-2 win for the Bears, but it was 2-2 in the third period, and that fourth goal was an empty netter. So expect to see some pushback from the Royals as this game goes on.
Yeah, I mean, it's been certainly not a blowout-y start to this game, if that makes any sense. The Royals have had some chances. You have a sniper in Nolan Road, and that's the difference so far. Of course, Nolan heading to St. Cloud State University. That's where our third guy here who's been calling games the last few years for the Horn, Zach Chapman, attends, and we appreciate his efforts throughout the years, going back to, I think, the pandemic shortened year, and then after that. So, we'll see. St. Cloud's getting a very, very good player. I know they're very excited up there, Zach, to see this phenom here in however long it takes to get on that roster.
Oh yeah, the coaches up there have a lot of good things to say about him.
Nolan Road heading up there. You got Will Distad. We should mention his grandfather, I believe, is up north watching. And Mankato Maverick commit. And then I believe it's for a different sport, but it still counts as a D1 commit, right?
Yeah, baseball, I believe.
Blake Eckerly heading to Utah. So, nice to see some college logos on this roster here. As the puck is turned over, chance in front. It knocks off of the backside of Beck, goes behind the goal. As the Bears continue a pretty nice forecheck. Bastida in the corner now. Swings it around the wall, stepping up is Distad. He one-hands it to the half wall before it's knocked back right to Distad. He's very good along that wall, and it takes about 3 or 4 tries to finally get it past him. As the Bears turn around, go back to their zone, and it's skated up by Nate Selski. Backhanded by Laska to center ice. And then it's sent back deep. Gabriel puts a stick out, gives it to Distad. Distad rims it forward to Road. Road will reverse direction with the puck back to Selski. Slides it along for Stanius to the blue line. The shot is stopped by the backhand of Road. Road skates it to the outside, now back inside. Looks to his left and finds Laska. Laska into the zone, over to Stanius. Stanius fires one, and that doesn't get to the goal. Hits some traffic out in front and goes wide toward the White Bear Lake student section. And back come the Woodbury Royals. Into the zone right side, a shot goes wide of the White Bear Lake goal and comes all the way back into the Woodbury end. And picking that up will be Belloc. Dumped in, high off the glass. One-handed by Buteau, just couldn't get after it. Was beaten to the puck, but just barely by Richter. Out to the blue line, kept in by Olsen. Where it worked forward, but the whistle is blown, I believe. Chad, it might have just escaped the blue line there.
Yep, yeah, that's what the ref called offsides.
Explain to the folks at home what offsides is.
We don't have enough time.
Okay, back to the game.
I forgot my rule book at home.
Belloc goes to his right for Zach Davis. Didn't get to the red line, but they'll give him the very long follow-through as the Bears retreat. Slid forward to Timmins. He'll cut from left to right through neutral ice. Lost it as he got to the Woodbury blue line. Eckerly is going to touch that, and it's going to be high sticking But that's a good touch there.
Yep, I was just going to say that. Definitely the right move there.
So results in a face-off, but if he doesn't touch it, that would have resulted in a breakaway.
Yep.
That's much worse than an offensive zone draw for Woodbury. 8.5 to go, period one. Thanks for tuning in. 3 shots on goal for the Bears. 2 of those went in thanks to Nolan Road. The Royals thwarted so far by the stylings of Leo Gabriel. And the Royals force a turnover. They fire one over the head of Gabriel. Bounces back behind the White Bear Lake cage. Quick pass to the half wall to Villela. Villela lets it go for Newlander. Newlander got just enough on it to negate the icing. Getting down there is Noah Norman. Slides it to Newlander. Behind the goal now. Royals trying to work it free, but Norman causing all sorts of problems for Travis Richter. Forces a turnover, goes dangerously on goal. To save, I guess, is made here as it's covered up, and then some pushing and shoving after. 7:47 to go in period one. Nice work there by Noah Norman as Richter was looking for kind of a routine breakout, got anything but. And that sets up an offensive draw for Road, who's got a natural hat trick bid just under 10 minutes into period number one.
And shout out to the third line. They've been playing very well, and that's going to be huge come section time when the teams are really focusing on this first line.
Yeah, got to get some depth, at least another line. 2 is great too.
Yep.
And that's certainly what we're starting to see here. As Road skates it in, cuts to his left, drop pass, shot, Distad off the post, goes right to the stick of Road again. Road back to Distad. Forward to Stanius, back to Road. Road, weak angle shot that's blocked. Road gets his own rebound. All the way around the world here for Nolan Road. To Distad, skips off his stick, but he gets it back at the half wall, slides it down low for Laska. Laska had it stolen away, but then a turnover here. Road spins, looks to fire, instead it trickles off his stick, but Laska's there to pick up. Laska along the blue line, top of the point, right side now for Road, back out high. Chancelski shot, that's blocked, and it goes past him, but Distad is there to help him in recovery as the Bears put some great pressure on the Royals. They will dump and wholesale change. Now just under 7 to go in the opening frame. Cross ice pass connects there for the Royals, and a rising shot from the blue line goes over the blocker side of Gabriel.
Yeah, weird bounce, came all the way right back to Leo Gabriel, but luckily he was able to put it in the corner.
He is certainly not a stay-home type goaltender. He is all over the place when he's on, but he's so good at finding just exactly where he needs to be at the right moment. And very, very tough to stop, and very non-traditional, especially nowadays, Chad. Most goaltenders nowadays are kind of.
Yep.
He is
a lot of technique.
Very tech. Yeah, and he mixes technique with some pretty awesome aggressive play, and it's awesome to see. Very fun to watch. Just a junior here for the Bears, and like I said earlier, he is a star in his own right. Pass across here, and a shot hits a stick, goes up in the air, flutters down. Reaching at it with his glove was Bastida. Bastida looks to his left. A quick shot from Timmins misses high and wide. Dribbles it back to the blue line, kept in by Selski, and then worked all the way to the far corner. Jammed there along the wall. Timmins, that big 6'2" frame, helps more with the reach than anything. Also, though, obviously the physical play.
Just a sophomore, too.
Still growing.
Yeah.
Doroff. Pass goes to the near half wall, and then cleared out by the Royals. Selski to his left. Distad forward. Directed deep by Bastida. Bears in total control of this one as of the moment. Lalonde working it to Timmins. Timmins' pass connects with Buteau. Buteau trying to keep it in front of him. Jams at it, goes up in the air, falls to his skates. Coming with it is Dylan Buteau, the assistant captain, fires one but it hits some traffic in front and goes to the side, and it's cleared by the Royals. It will go for an icing with 4:21 remaining in period number 1. The Bears lead the Royals 2-0, and that was an impressive stretch by White Bear Lake.
Really was just sustained pressure for a very long period of time.
Royals cleared out to center. Played back in by Lalonde. And out to the red line, it's fluttered back deep into the Woodbury zone with under 4 to go. Long pass. Just misses the connection there. That allows Driscoll to play it forward. And now the Royals not having trouble getting it past the neutral zone. Skated back in by White Bear Lake. Worked across. And then just carried back out by Maverick Timmons. Again, the word control comes to mind here, Chad. They're not threatening necessarily, but...
Yeah, still only 4 shots, but the pressure has been going the whole period.
And that's certainly going to tire out this Royals team as the night goes on. And, man, I'll tell you, Chad, one of the great things about this is that you turn around and there's kids just jumping on your cables for no reason. No reason.
No reason.
And you can't stop them.
No.
So just don't break it as the whistle
Penalty
blows. I
coming on
believe
the
we're
Bears.
getting a Woodbury power play. Cross-checking is going to be the call. And we're going to get an early look at this Woodbury power play. Great opportunity if you want to go to the locker room with just a little bit more positivity, if you can get one on the board, or at least, Chad, just kind of turn the tide a bit, because we've been talking about it. It's been all White Bear Lake for the better part of the last 7-8 minutes.
Yep, and I didn't see the penalty, but just not a smart move to get a cross-checking call in your offensive zone.
Yeah.
Just the penalty that the coaches really hate.
Royals slowly up the ice. They can't connect on a pass, and that will go for an icing. So not what you want to see when you're on the power play, but it happens from time to time. Draw coming up in that White Bear Lake zone. Or, I'm sorry, the Woodbury zone. Just a little weird being on the penalty kill, but here they come. And the Royals driving in. A backhander knocked away by Gabriel. Clearing attempt broken up by the Royals. They keep it in. Chance slid across here. Finds his way to the stick of Distad. He'll try to kill some time with the puck in his skates on the boards. And then Selski wraps it around. It gets past the blue line. And now here comes Rode. Short-handed. Nolan Rode behind the goal. Looking, spins, goes back the other way. Still with the puck, finally worked free. And then Buto almost handled it for a moment, but the Royals able to skate it down the ice here. It's the assistant captain, Grossglass, working his way in with the puck. Clearing attempt hits a body. The second one's a charm, and half of the power play is gone. And not much to show for it so far for the Woodbury Royals. Bears, by the way, 90.9% on the penalty kill this year. That's a very decent number. They've had a lot of practice.
That's for
sure. 26% on the power play is Woodbury this year, which is also a decent number. You know, 1 out of 4. I think that's some White Bear math for you. Stanius shorthanded. Jack Stanius working his way in, but ridden off the puck nicely. 15 seconds to go. Buto make that Distad long pass. Goes all the way down the ice, and that will pretty much do it. A penalty killed for White Bear Lake with under a minute to go now in period number 1. Shot finds its way to Gabriel. He'll cover with 48.4. And again, another great penalty kill there for the Bears, Chad.
Yep. Per usual, a couple of offensive chances, but unable to make any go in.
They've had some big shorthanded goals this season. Sent down the ice immediately out the faceoff. Somehow went 200 feet off of that. Even late in the period, too, where there's not the best conditioned ice.
Especially in this zone.
And you can clearly tell the difference as the puck is sent down back into the White Bear Lake end. 23 seconds remain. Laska to Distad. Jammed forward, just past the blue line, and a backhander goes back into the White Bear Lake end where it's knocked off the back wall to Rode, continued to Laska. Laska is hit off the puck. Rode there to help, gives it to Stanius, and with 1 second to go, a buzzer beater is denied, and that will do it for the first 17. It's Nolan Rode 2, Woodbury 0 after 1 period of play. Chad?
Very strong period for the Bears, like you said earlier. Just the key word was control. They really controlled that period and were rewarded with it on 2 Nolan Road goals.
Very, very fun stuff. Zach, your thoughts in the first 17?
Very good. You know, a lot of zone time, a lot of zone pressure. You got a 2-goal lead. You got your star player, you know, getting a couple goals and nice celebrations and, you know, good time right now.
Take a breather, gonna enjoy some cupcakes and other fun stuff up here. Again, we'll say this multiple times throughout the rest of the broadcast, but just an incredible showing of support from this team. They got a great sign here that was signed by all the players, and it's really, really cool. The parents and bringing us cupcakes and everything. It's really, really cool, and we cannot say thanks enough to all the support from White Bear Nation the last 12 plus years. Of course, shout out to Barry, the mascot, walking by as well. It's a great atmosphere and a great start to this one between the Royals and the Bears. 2-0 after 1. Let's take a breather. We'll come back with more after this. You're watching White Bear Lake boys hockey on the Horn.
I'm Will Anderson. Graduated from White Bear Lake High School in 1991. Played hockey for the Bears for 3 years. I was lucky enough to go to the state tournament my sophomore and junior year. My thing at American Family is I believe that customer service is a lost art form. You can buy insurance from a number of different people and a number of different ways out there. If you're buying insurance online and you don't have a representative, I'd love to be that person. One of the things that makes us a little bit different is we always insure people the way we would want to be insured. So I start out with a very robust insurance package. I believe that your home is your number one asset. So you want to make sure that's very well protected. Most people would rather pay a little bit more to have great coverage. And that's what we do. We give people the options for great protection. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, but you can call us, text us at 612-361-7283. That's my cell phone, 612-361-7283, or willandersonagency.com.
All right, welcome back. Normally, in the last couple of years at least, we haven't really done much in the intermission just because we were doing so much in the game and trying to, I don't know, keep people away from our cables. That would be nice. Man, what a nightmare it's been for our cables today.
Yeah, not a good day.
So, like I said, we saying off air with Chad, it's like, well, we don't have too much more time left here, and so just want to get on and talk. And I guess if you want to ask us a question or something in the chat, we can do that. If you want any curious about what goes on behind the scenes or whatever. I do want to say too what was I going to say? The extension cord.
Yep.
That we're using this year. I don't know why we didn't use it in the past. Actually, the reason why we didn't use it in the past was we stored it away in our garage years ago, right? And forgot about it. And so we've been using Chapman's like super long, unorganized, horrible extension cord that we like shoved in this bag the last couple of years. And then this year we found this. I found this over the summer, and this is the original extension cord. And I promise you the story about an extension cord is going to get interesting eventually here.
Yep.
The interesting part is when we wanted to do the broadcast from the student section at White Bear Stadium for football, the only power source in the vicinity was in the press box, which is where you would expect to do the broadcast
close to
from,
the student section.
and is not close to the student section at all. And so, and of course, between the press box and the front row, which is what we wanted to do. We could have done the back row, would have been easier. We wouldn't have to do this.
No, we had to
we're
be in the front.
seniors.
Yep.
We're not freshmen.
Seniors don't sit in the back.
No, we sit in the front. Even though, by the way, it would have been better, Mr. Dustin, would have been better from a vantage point, everything better. But no, we were seniors. We wanted to be with our class. And so we had to figure out a way to get the cable down there, but also not go across these bleachers and become a major tripping hazard. And so what we ended up doing is there was these steel beams underneath the bleachers. And the only way to get it from the press box to our where we wanted to, we had to literally throw the extension cord over these beams, but under the bleachers in this very small gap. And it took forever, and it was a really good workout.
Yep.
And I think we got pretty good by the end of the season. We only had to do it like 4 times because it's football and it's the fastest season ever. But
we only had one playoff game.
It is cool to see. You see some of this. It's wound on this wooden spool, and here I'll take control of the camera here. You can see the damage that is done. Here, we don't have a telestrator. We just have a tip of a pen. But you can see the damage, because that's from us literally throwing it up in the air to get under the aluminum bleachers. So it's cool to bring that back into the fold here for this final year. Other equipment that have stood the test of time, our headphone amplifier. That stick, we ordered that on day one on Amazon. It's like 2012. That's still around. We have the power supply, which was the original one that came with it from Amazon, failed right before a game.
Yep.
And I had to drive way too fast on County Road E to get to Radio Shack to get a new one.
That's an old electronics store for the kids that don't know what Radio Shack is.
R.I.P. Radio. We wouldn't have been screwed without Radio Shack then.
Yep.
And I probably should have ordered another one over the years in case this one fails, because we don't have that luxury. And I suppose Best Buy probably would. Actually, I know Best Buy would have one, but I just it's cool to see some stuff, but everything else is pretty much pretty new. And thanks a bunch to our sponsors over the years for allowing us to invest in the new equipment and get these new headsets that Zach and Chad are wearing. Thanks to Sennheiser for getting us off the ground. That was the biggest expense by far was going to be headsets. Even the cheaper ones were in the $200-300 range. But we got the industry standard headsets right off the bat, including one that I'm talking to you right now. So Sennheiser and Jason Goulet, thank you so much. We're going to be thanking a lot of people tonight. And like I said on Twitter earlier today, I know I'm going to forget somebody. And if I forget you, if you're watching, feel free to call me out. Make it personal. Tell me
Show
you
up
never
to
want
his house.
Yeah, tell me you never want to be associated with me, be friends with me again. I totally get it. I hope you understand on a serious. But it's crazy the amount of people that have made this a possibility. So, we thanks to Jason. We thank, of course, Cup and Cone. They were our first sponsor.
Yep.
It's really hard to, as we're between our junior and senior high school, and we're sitting on a picnic table outside trying to pitch this idea of something that really wasn't at all commonplace in 2012.
No.
And,
We were one of the originals.
yeah, and to be the student founded and for these people, Dale Grambush, Grandma's Bakery right off the bat, Donatelli's as well, some of the original sponsors who took a chance on us and made it so we could and really at the time just get equipment. That was our biggest issue, is getting the stuff that we needed, and that allowed us to go video. I don't even say video before we expected video at all. I don't think we expected to
No,
even do
not
that.
at all.
And somehow, still have no idea how I jumbled this and a junior gold hockey schedule.
True.
And my actual job at team that winter. But we did it. We did it. And we did it right up there, which is no longer a thing. But we're going to be nice to TCO today.
Yep.
So, but yeah, we had a great, crazy start to this. And I don't think... I think when we got to year 2, we were surprised, and even more surprised after year 3, and so on. Every year we ended each broadcast in tears. At least I did, and not yet.
Nope.
Not yet. But it almost will. I would say it's off the board, Chad. It's going to happen.
Yep. Yeah. Like you were saying, we thought every year, end of every year was the last year, and then 12 years later, here we are.
And then we finally decided, well, instead of just wondering, we're just going to say it's going to be our last year because whatever, we're going to move on.
We got to let the people know.
And then Zach Chapman decided to get in the way of our plans, steps up and does his thing. And Zach, I just, it's crazy. It's crazy because we were up in Cloquet saying this is it.
Yep.
And
very fun final trip.
Good. I would say that's a good point.
Yep.
Good final road trip. Which we got all the way up to Virginia, which is still, I think, the fastest internet we've ever had.
R.I.P. Miners Memorial Building.
Oh,
they got a great new rink up there now, but what a classic old Iron Range barn.
Did they keep the beer advertisement from the old place?
They should have.
And then, so Virginia, Grand Rapids, Moorhead. We did a girls' hockey game out there.
Coleraine.
Oh, man.
The
Coleraine,
Snake Pit.
Greenway. Oh, my goodness. What a place. And, of course, Heritage, where we had major equipment issues and had to do an audio-only broadcast. It's been a heck of a ride these last 12 years. So, my goodness. And people asking, like, people saying good luck on your next endeavor. I don't, there's no next endeavor here. There's just, I think, and we'll say this again throughout the broadcast too. We're so busy now in our lives that we can't dedicate the time that these kids, the community deserves, and so we're gonna let whoever it is step in and take over and hopefully we will help wherever they can. And I've said too, like it's been talked about, I hope that this isn't my last Bears game I call. I hope that there's some other opportunities down the road to get back behind the mic. But at the end of the day, this is all about just doing the right thing for the program and for the school, and hopefully somebody is able to step in and do that. So we are heading back now to the second period. And Chapman and Chad and myself here getting ready to go. I want to thank Thomas for Halverson for running the camera, which big college dude, Zach Chapman, helping out, getting it leveled.
What a guy.
Amazing stuff.
St. Cloud's teaching him well.
Big TV school up there, man. And look, it's right in the front there.
Yeah.
Is that
you
what-
wonder why the pipeline is open
Yeah.
right now?
Is that why Nolan chose it? You
Yep,
think he was
that's
just
why
wanting to-
Joe Belisle chose it. That's why Aiden Welch chose it.
Thank goodness he didn't look 2 spots to the right. That would have been terrible.
True.
Yeah, thank you for looking at the one on the left and not the one 2 spots to the right. Nolan, we like you a lot, and we like his brother who's doing phenomenal. We've been pushing it on the horn. Go to hobiebaker.com, I believe, or just Google Hobie Baker. Hit that big, huge picture on the front and log in. You got to create an account. It's a little bit of a hassle, but it doesn't take too long. And you can vote for Layton once a day. So just go back. Here's a chance right off the bat. Laska across. Stanius, backhander, goes just wide of the goal. Nearly a very quick one out of the gates to start this middle frame. Just joining us, Nolan Road, both goals in this one coming in that first period. Stanius across just behind Road. Bounces off the wall. Quick transition from the Royals, but a nice pickpocket move by Olsen. He hands the puck over to Eckerly. Eckerly finds Laska, and Laska across for Road. Road threads the needle to Stanius, who spins and fires a pass that finds its way to Road's stick, who goes to Olsen. Olsen returns it to Road. Road on his backhand goes to the corner to himself. Tries to poke it free, does so. Nolan Road moving in, across, fires a shot that skips just wide of the Woodbury goal. Might have caught a body in front en route. And the Royals will skate it out to center and then direct it in deep. Selski back there first for White Bear Lake. Goes to his right for Distad, who knocks it off the shelf forward to Timmins. Timmins at the red line, drops it in. Lalonde getting there for White Bear Lake. Puck jammed to some open ice in the corner, knocked off the corner boards, past Selski in a 2-on-1 now for Woodbury. Royals working in, shot, score. Aiden Grossgloss gets the water bottle moving behind Gabriel and gets the Royals on the board. It's 2-1, just 92 seconds into period 2.
Nate Selski has a long reach for the Bears, just unable to get that puck that went behind them, and the Woodbury able to go in and on a 2-on-1 and beat Gabriel to get them back in this game.
The Bears certainly aggressive on the blue line, and that can certainly pay dividends, but you take a bit of a risk and every once in a while give up those odd man rushes. And just a quick little wrister there by Grossgloss gets the Royals on the board as White Bear Lake carries it in offside.
And Maverick Timmons just a little too excited on that one. Want to give a shout out to the Peterson family beaming in from the North Loop of Minneapolis.
That's awesome to hear. Hi, Petersons. Gabriel outside of the trapezoid, playing with his paddle. And then a quick shot on Gabriel. He's forced to make a save right away. Shots even, but now it's 6 after a. I mean, obviously it's a good start. The Royals got on the board, Chad, but it came after some great zone control by the Bears again. So it's really what we've been talking about. It's White Bear Lake certainly has an edge, but the Royals fighting their way in, just like the last time these two teams met, as the Gabriels forced to make an awkward save. The net comes off the moorings, is falling into the post there was Ben Hansen. It's a weird time of year, Chad. It was made weirder this year because of the weather. It didn't really have that feel of section time being around the corner, but I feel like that snow last night certainly helped. It feels more hockey weathery.
Yep. It's tourney season.
It is finally tourney season. And happy to announce we'll be broadcasting all the games across KFAN, KFAN Plus down at the X. So
there you go.
I'm very much hoping, fingers crossed, that I don't have to learn all the numbers and names of at least one of the teams down there. AKA, I think I'm talking about White Bear. So hoping to see them represent Section 4 this year. A wide open section as we've ever seen. And should be a fun Section 4 tournament. In fact, all across the state, those sections are going to be crazy and fun. And I imagine we're going to see some surprises come late February. Royals trying to get something going again. Leading the charge is Alberts. He works it around the perimeter. It's stolen away, skied high by Noah Norman. Falls into the lap of Schlotman. And Schlotman goes to the red line before it's Newlander who spins and fires it back behind the Royals' goal. Woodbury captain Max Belloc to the neutral zone. Royals work it in, left wing side, a shot trying to get a stick on it as it went to the slot area was Brock Alberts, but just out of his reach, and that allows Gabriel to make the save. And now here come the Bears. Stanius chance, shot, save, rebound picked up by Stanius. Let go for Laska. Now back to Stanius. Works to his right, looks for options, keeps with it. Passes it across for Rode, gives it to Distad. Now back to Rode on the ice shot. Here's Stanius on his backhand, but couldn't get a shot off. Instead, he'll slide it to the blue line where it's kept in by Selski. Selski back to Stanius. Stanius in front, but knocked free by the Royals, and they will clear it down the ice. And now here's a chance for Grossclass looking for number 2. Instead, a great poke check by Will Distad on the back check is able to thwart that one. It's sent down the ice. It'll go for an icing, but Chad, what a play by Will Distad.
Yeah.
But as clean of a poke check as you'll ever see.
Just able to get back and cover for his D partner in a very strong play. And we're definitely seeing that pushback that we knew that would be coming from the Woodbury Royals.
12 and a half to go in the middle frame. A shot right off the drop. Right pad save for Gabriel. Eckerly changes his mind behind the goal and then lost the puck. A chance in front, but it's wrapped away by Timmons as he'll skate it in now. Cuts to his right. Timmons whiffs on the shot, gets it back, and then sends a shot wide of the Woodbury goal. Lalonde trying to help out as well. Instead, it's stolen away by Slavic. And back into the White Bear Lake end it goes. Timmons racing after it. Maverick Timmons driving in, got it on to the side, and then a wide open net because Timmons was pushed into the goal, and the whistle will blow. They're going to perhaps ring up Timmons here, Chad.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to send him for a goaltender interference.
Yeah. He is a sizable figure out there. I mentioned earlier, 6'2", 180, and was driving to the goal, and officials ruling that he could have avoided that contact in some way, and that will give Woodbury another power play. 26% entering the year, or entering this game, I should say, on the year. And the Bears, 90.9% on the penalty kill. There wasn't much action for Woodbury on that first play, but we have another penalty I think we're going to, right off the draw. Woodbury doesn't know. You probably want to let the Bears touch it here. And they still haven't, so. And there's the whistle, and the Bears follow up a goaltender interference with, I believe, a slashing call on the face-off on the Bears. So, Chad, this is a 5-on-3 for 146. Nate Selski to the box.
Yeah, one of the top defenders for the Bears, too, and that's really been an issue for the Bears all year is penalties. And it's took them a while, but they're getting back to their old ways.
More penalty problems for the Bears And now a long 5-on-3. How you doing, Jake Ramenick? As the face-off won by Woodbury. Played out high. Belloc with the shot that hits the glass behind. Back out to Belloc. To the corner, gets it back. Tarleton reaches after it. Will just be able to keep it in. Tries to fight off Rode. Can't do so. Now it's sent down the ice. Rhodes all alone in that Woodbury zone. And helping out is Michael Pajewski as the puck is played up the ice by Woodbury. Tarleton. Down low for Talbot. Back out high for Tarleton. Pitch and catch here for Tarleton and Talbot. Now left wing side, Belloc to the corner. Out high, Tarleton shot blocked in front, cleared by make that Distad. Bears looking to get at least one fresh skater out there, so Rode does make his way to the bench. 40 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. It'll be a quick 5-on-4 if we can get there. And with 33 seconds to go in the 5-on-3, it's covered up by Gabriel.
Yeah, smart cover there by Gabriel. Get some more fresh bodies on the ice for the Bears. That last chance for Woodbury, I'm not sure if Gabriel even saw that one.
No. No chance he did. Bears get some puck luck. They're going to need more of that here for another half minute. Power play continues for Woodbury. Right side chance shot. That's blocked. Great job there. And now up the ice comes Eckerly. 2-on-1 forming here with Buteau. Eckerly. Shot. Score! 5-on-3. No problem. The Bears are full strength. Led by Buteau.
Yeah, you don't see that one a lot. A shorthanded goal on a 5-on-3. Huge goal for Blake Eckerly. He missed a lot of the second half of the season with the injury, and he's been very good out there for the Bears tonight, and he gets rewarded with a shorthanded goal.
This is second goal of the year, third of his career.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And it comes down 2 men.
He's not really known as offensive defenseman.
Great job as a whole by this penalty kill. Now down 3-1 is Woodbury, and that escapes the zone just as Stanius comes out to make it a 5-on-4 for 12 more seconds, and that is
not what you want to see
debilitating if you're
for the
Woodbury.
Royals.
Yeah, that is
Give
about
up a shorty and then go offside.
bad as it gets. What a shot by Eckerly coming in and finding that post on the far side. And that will do it now for a long, long penalty kill for the Bears. And they will work their way in. Right side, a shot, Stanius save made, rebound blocked. And it's Laska now to the corner. To cycle it back. And then a hit from behind, and the Royals touch up. And we're going to see a White Bear Lake power play now after a long Woodbury 5-on-3 power play.
I think that's a little bit of Woodbury letting out their frustrations of a failed power play. They call it a rough.
The Bears 16.3% on the power play this year. That is a number they want to probably help along here as a one-timer blockered into the netting off the stick of Jack Stanius. And I'll tell you, Chad, having him back out there is very, on the power play especially, is going to help that 16.3%.
That's for sure. You cannot tell that he's missed the most of the last 2 or 3 months.
Will Distad at the point to Rode. Back to Distad. Now it's Rode to his left, gets it back from Stanius. Stanius, a shot from Rode. Directed aside, and the Royals clear. 30 seconds gone in the power play. Still plenty of time for this crew to get some more scoring going and perhaps some insurance as well. Here's a chance. Rode to his right, and maybe catching a piece of that was Belloc to negate a really good scoring chance for the Bears, but they continue the pressure. Nice saucer pass right side, shot blocked, loose in front, sent on goal. Same made loose, rebound just out of the reach of Rode, but he carries it to the corner. Now goes back to the blue line with it to Distad. Distad to his right, Stanius across, and just couldn't play it on the forehand was Nolan Rode. You love that chaos, though, that they're generating. And Stanius skates it back in. Can't get it to go there. The Royals force it back out. Now it's Distad. Forward to Rhodes, skips off his stick. That allows the Royals to control, and they will get it at least to the red line. Great job stepping up by Olsen. Played across here for Doroff, and then it's rimmed around the boards near side with 20 remaining on the power play to the point. Selski backhands it to his right for Timmins. Out high to Selski again. Selski to Olsen in the corner. Rode to his right to Selski. Right side, Timmins' shot hits the side of the cage. Whistle blown. That might be off a mooring. And that will bring a face-off with 2 seconds remaining in the power play. And Chad, it wouldn't be the Horn if we didn't have a mooring at this rink go off for no reason.
Yeah, I'm just surprised it took through more than halfway of the game for it to happen.
Draw one back to Rode. Goes to Olsen. Penalty is over, by the way. Royals are full strength, and they're going to use that strength here to carry the puck up the ice. Driven hard deep behind Gabriel. Quickly pinballs it over to his left, and now it's forward to Rode. Rode with Timmins to his left. Rode cuts across. His backhanded pass broken up, but he gets it right back, and it's Nolan Rhodes' world. We're all just living in it as he cuts his way through this Royal squad, still with it. Now behind to the blue line. Here's Selski with a shot, and it's covered up, but man, that is a hockey player.
Yeah, it's like he got a string attached to the puck or something.
It's not fair.
No.
No. Just maneuvering his way with ease. At least it looks like it from up here.
Yep.
No, it's not, but up comes Woodbury. They had a 2-goal deficit at the end of the first. They scored early in the second. Bears got that 2-goal deficit back, and that is where we stand, thanks to a 5-on-3 shorthanded goal by Blake Eckerly. As Woodbury up the ice again, trying to get something going, but Chad, it was right around this time in the first period that the Bears took control, and
Yep.
feels like we're starting to see a little bit of that here in this period. Woodbury, you can see trying to fight that off. But White Bear so good with the puck as it's Eckerly make that Lalonde dumping it deep into the Woodbury end before it finds its way just to the left of Chris Anderson in the White Bear Lake bench with 5:40 to go. We're almost going to get to the chorus of Sweet Caroline. A few more whistles, I think, will finally get to the bop, bop, bop.
I think we'll make it.
I'm hoping.
We're all hoping.
It'll be better next year.
For a while, I thought it was Flo Rida night, and I missed the memo.
It was Flo Rida night. It's going to be Pitbull night tomorrow, just south of the freeway here. As I'm looking forward to it. Chad, you said no, and I'll never forgive you for it.
I know.
I mean, sure, you said yes to the Horn in 12 years and all that stuff, but
Saying no to Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. And Ricky Martin. and Enrique.
Can't forget him.
How dare you? Nobody knows where the puck is. Finally, they find it. Got lost in this very white ceiling somehow. Back and forth play at neutral ice. Finally fired deep into a zone, and unfortunately it's the White Bear Lake zone, but quick breakout solves that problem. And here come the Bears. Bastida, his pass intercepted. Worked the other way by Woodbury, but the Bears trying to steal it right back, and then a big collision in the corner. I didn't see it. I don't know who this is on.
I believe it's on the Bears.
That's what I would think.
I believe they're only going to call it a rough.
Did you see what happened?
No, I could just
No.
hear the
Yeah,
hear
just
him hit
heard
the
the
boards.
collision.
Yeah. You never know when you hear a loud collision into the boards if it's going to be a 5
Hey,
or
we got to the ba.
finally. We can all go home now.
I'm really looking forward to a couple more stoppages so we can get to the infamous second verse of Sweet Caroline. So another penalty kill for the Royals or for the Bears, I should say. Zachary Bay in the box for roughing. And I'll tell you, it's hard to get too worried about it. Maybe we'll get proven wrong, but
Right.
this has not been a good night for the power play for Woodbury. We'll see if they can change that here. A shot from the blue line over the glass, and then the rebound knocked away by the Bears. Another try, and again whiffing on the shot there was Tarleton. Wouldn't be a horn broadcast without a little jinx attempts going on
Of course.
White Bear.
Yep.
But I think we are a jinxes aren't real broadcast, so. Unfortunately, we don't have a shutout thing to
That's true. That's a shame.
How about this? Leo Gabriel has a shutout going on the penalty kill. Take that. In fact, +1 on the penalty kill are the Bears.
True.
Here's Distad trying to make it +2, but save is made. 41 seconds to go. And, well, we're not going to get that second verse we wanted from.
Start it again. Start it again.
What movie is this from? I can't. What is it? It's that Titan movie. I think. I can't
If
recall.
you know, put it in the chat.
Yeah, if you know what movie 899 of is from, please let us know. Can't seem to.
Remember.
Oh, here's a weird bounce that almost made me eat my words. Another try blocker save made by Gabriel. If you want to talk about stanchion, how about Zamboni door?
Yeah.
Jack Stanius works his way down the ice. 9 seconds to go on the power play for Woodbury. And the Royals skated in. Bears are full strength. And Stanius is going to handle it here. Fires a beautiful pass and a chance for Newlander out of nowhere. It was a tough one, but still got a great scoring opportunity off a beautiful pass from Jack Stanius. Yeah, that was some nice sauce.
Very great sauce.
2 minutes to go in period number 2. 19 minutes remaining in the horn. Up the ice comes Doroff. Lost it. Got it back. Played toward the blue line. Another aggressive play by Selski. Gets past him. And up the ice comes Woodbury, but great defensive play by Distad, helping his partner out. Playing it harmlessly to the outside. And I'll tell you what, Chad, if you're Selski, it's got to be nice having a guy like Will Distad
Yep.
there to help you out.
You can make a risky play and know you have your partner to back you up.
And they're going to have to make those risky plays. Simple as that. I mean, it's
Yep.
This is
That's
that
part of
time
his
year.
game and one of his strengths.
One minute, 2 seconds to go. Period number 2. We'll read some comments in the intermission. So if you want to say anything or say how bad we are, we'll read them too. We love all the hate as well.
Yeah.
It fuels us.
It won't be the first time.
Just don't do too much hate. We'll be like, fueled to be like, oh, we weren't gonna say, oh, big collision between. It looks like everybody's okay, thankfully, but that was a big open ice collision between Tanner Olson and Jack Olson. Tanner Olson and Jack Olson. Now it's Tanner again. To Laska, 12 seconds ago. Stanius, Laska tried to go to the back door, knocked free. Royals with 5 seconds remaining, trying to get something going before the buzzer. A shot misses, hits the glass, and we see the second period end with a White Bear Lake 2-score lead for the second consecutive intermission. What a way to say that.
Yeah, Woodbury had a good couple of minutes there in the middle of the period, but as the period went on, the Bears just took back control.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this is a very interesting game so far. We're seeing some. I mean, whenever you have a 5-on-3 shorthanded goal, it's about as crazy as it gets. And I can't imagine what we're going to see in the third period. Chad, 3-1, the most dangerous lead in hockey.
That is true.
We've seen so many of them given up. So again, chat, join us there if you want. We'll come back. We'll riff and we'll have fun and we'll give the proper tribute the Horn deserves as we continue with this White Bear Lake hockey broadcast. The Bears lead 3-1 after 2. You're watching White Bear Lake hockey on the Horn.
I'm Will Anderson. Graduated from White Bear Lake High School in 1991. Played hockey for the Bears for 3 years. I was lucky enough to go to the state tournament my sophomore and junior year. My thing at American Family is I believe that customer service is a lost art form. You can buy insurance from a number of different people and a number of different ways out there. If you're buying insurance online and you don't have a representative, I'd love to be that person. One of the things that makes us a little bit different is we always insure people the way we would want to be insured. So I start out with a very robust insurance package. I believe that your home is your number one asset. So you want to make sure that's very well protected. Most people would rather pay a little bit more to have great coverage. And that's what we do. We give people the options for great protection. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, but you can call us, text us at 612-361-7283. That's my cell phone, 612-361-7283, or WillAndersonAgency.com. I'm Will Anderson. Graduated from White Bear Lake High School in 1991. Played hockey for the Bears for 3 years. I was lucky enough to go to the state tournament my sophomore and junior year. My thing at American Family is I believe that customer service is a lost art form. You can buy insurance from a number of different people and a number of different ways out there. If you're buying insurance online and you don't have a representative, I'd love to be that person. One of the things that makes us a little bit different is we always insure people the way we would want to be insured. So I start out with a very robust insurance package. I believe that your home is your number one asset. So you want to make sure that's very well protected. Most people would rather pay a little bit more to have great coverage. And that's what we do. We give people the options for great protection. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, but you can call us, text us at 612-361-7283. That's my cell phone, 612-361-7283, or willandersonagency.com.
Welcome back. White Bear Lake 3, Woodbury 1 after 2. Zach Chapman is here. Chad Olson is here. Zach Halverson is the voice you are hearing, hopefully a little bit louder. Some complaints, it might be a little quiet. Shout out to Matthew McCoshin, who is another name. Again, just so many names that have come and gone.
Can't forget
over the
Matt
years.
McCoshin.
And he says, congrats, thank you. Matthew, who again did some announcing as well. And what do you need, Chad? You good? Higher?
Higher.
Yeah, we're doing an on-air volume adjustment. Jonah, thank you, Jonah. Appreciate your nice comments as well. Brian, ZUMN, among others. And of course, we saw a lot of support on Twitter as well. And thank you for all of that. It's been a crazy ride. We were talking about our first test broadcast here out in Blaine. We thought it was going to be at a football stadium. We're going to have a press box, and
Nope.
We had nothing. We had like I said, I think it was a groundskeeper shack.
Yep.
In the
Under
middle
the
of a wide
bleachers,
open field.
of the visitors' stands, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
For the football stadium.
Correct. And we found a power outlet, which was huge. We couldn't even find one here tonight at the beginning of the game. Well, we did, but somebody yanked the cord out. My point being, it was a rough start, to say the least.
Yeah.
Calling it basically sitting crisscross applesauce in the grass because we didn't have a table, which probably we should have brought.
Yeah.
I don't think we brought a table, right? We don't.
No.
Then you got to bring chairs.
I don't know if there was even a scoreboard on that
There
field.
wasn't. We didn't even know what the heck was going on. But then we did some actual games at White Bear Stadium to continue to test it out. And then, we talked about some of the things, the obscure things. We called the state championship game. We called the Bears State Championship, which was awesome, out at Minnetonka.
Yep, against Bloomington Jefferson, I believe.
Which was awesome. And so really, between the girls' soccer going all the way to the state championship game, calling it at the Dome.
We called the girls' basketball game at the Target Center.
Yes, that's right. And we've called some pretty big
TCF
games.
Bank Stadium at the time.
Now
about a
Huntington
mile
Bank,
away from the ice.
I believe that was the radio booth for where Grimmer calls the Gopher football games, but we were calling a hockey game and calling it pretty much, at least for me, exclusively through these binoculars that I don't know who had those. It might have been Kringle, maybe?
Yeah,
I don't know. Doyle, I don't know.
It might have been. I don't know.
Shout out to Doyle and Strunz and Kringle and some of the original crew. Zach Burnside.
Yep. Chase Ator.
Casey Carlson. I believe Jay Chase Jacobus had some help with us as well. And then, we had a lot of fun that first year figuring it out.
Yeah. We'd be, especially with Woodbury in the building tonight, one of our funnest games.
Easy.
Woodbury game at Woodbury for football.
The homecoming for Royals, they brought fireworks, and they were all ready to just kick our butts. But Trey Anderson and Nick Timmons and
Nick Truan.
Nick Truan had different ideas, and we called that from the visiting side somehow. Again, it's crazy to think about.
We did a visiting game at Mounds View.
Yeah.
From the student section.
Which, again, I remember I think we had to do site checks or something just to find. Again, we had to, the biggest thing was power.
Yep.
And we found it, and man, we had some great games, and man, it's crazy to think about. That was 12-ish years ago.
Yeah.
All of that fun and excitement. We started this, I remember just shooting ideas off of you in that car, Mercedes, on the way to school.
Yep.
And which turned into the Grand Prix. And there's just something very simple and innocent and cool about it. Just trying something different. And I just very, very proud of what we've accomplished. And again, I don't want to leave Zach out of the mix, who stepped up. We were begging for years for somebody else to come in. And
since day one, pretty much.
Yeah, we were always putting out the call. I remember we initially had like a volunteer meeting or something like that at the cafeteria.
That's right.
I don't think anybody showed up to. But yeah, so credit to Zach and again, everybody else who's helped us out along the way. The student managers, Nick Steffens, Sam Hendrickson, who were big helps.
We already said shout out to Doyle.
Yeah.
Bree Olson.
Bree Olson, of course. Bree Olson was, that was a fun year. Shout out to the Booster Club over the years supporting us and even getting us up to these road trips. I played junior gold. I didn't have the opportunity to go on these bus trips with the hockey team, and yet we still did because we got to ride the bus. And looking back, I think we got on the bus. We didn't know where to sit. Probably the more formal way would have been to sit in the front, but we sat in the back with our classmates. Because they were our classmates. We just saw Thomas Delaney. He was back there. We felt a part of the team, and even though we weren't good enough to play on it, we got to be a cool little piece of it. And man, we had a lot of fun. And again, we're so grateful, and we're saying goodbye because we believe that other people, it's time to, we are just not able to do what we want to do with this anymore. And so we hope that whoever does take over the reins is, able to do more and give the other sports, because we are fully aware. This girls hockey team had a great season, and so did all these other teams, from football to volleyball to soccer to lacrosse to again, basketball to, I don't know, we've never, I think, really been able to cover baseball properly.
No, unfortunately, with the field situation.
Yeah, it's just not conducive for broadcasting. Did we do one at all? I think we stuck maybe one game.
Yeah, I think so.
It was like
I remember being at one game there.
Yeah. We wanted to do more. It's just, like I said, it's just not. I don't even know. They do have power out there. We'll say that, but it's hard to do that. A single cam baseball shooting ain't gonna look good. So, but shout out to them. Shout out to softball. I think we did a softball game.
I think we might have.
Yeah.
I think we even did tennis.
We did do tennis.
We shot it from the top of the football bleachers,
which was really convenient. So we did. We tried to have fun with it, and I think not only tried. I think we were mission accomplished on that fun. So it's been a heck of a ride from our early days here and as seniors in high school to. It feels like we're almost seniors in life now.
True.
We're getting old. Wow. And thank you to our parents, Carla and Todd, and what they were able to do. And, of course, Brian and Kathy. My God. There were times where in the early, days, they had to drive, or at least for me, had to drive us places. The minivan.
The minivan.
We had to drive my mom and dad's minivan to Woodbury.
Yeah, we got some nice comments on the
compliment. We got a very nice compliment
from the Woodbury faithful.
A bit of a hurtful remark afterward, but It was a nice compliment. And so thank you to them supporting us all the way through. And thank you to our friends and everybody else for all of our friends and all of our classmates. Again, we had a couple here tonight. And Jake Brabenik, who was a reporter for White Bear Hill game a few years ago, interviewed Bill Lechner,
Yep.
which is cool to see. And so, all right, one more period.
One more period.
Hopefully, just one more period. And hopefully we can close this thing out with the Bears W.
We got another Horn member in the building
Oh, who's
for
that?
the third period.
Josh Dorr in the building. Wonderful. Love to see it. Josh Dorr has been a big help as well. Another guy that, again, just that Zach recruited, Zach Rudine as well. We should mention him.
Another guy doing great things at St. Cloud.
Just
Yeah,
that pipeline.
He's been a busy man, and he stepped up part of that freshman class in St. Cloud. But, yeah, no, he's been a huge help. Josh, Gabe when he was
Gabe
here.
Bartlett, got to mention him, yeah. Haven't talked about Gabe at all yet, but just keep the names coming, boys, if you think of any, because I try to put a list together, and even as I'm putting it together, I'm like, I still feel like I'm going to forget somebody, and so
I know.
I think we'll wing it and hopefully get everybody involved here. So Chris Anderson, Tim Sager, the Ryan Bartlett, Brian Peliquin, Tim Herman, Tim Wald, Michael Lovett, Dr. Michael Lovett, I should say. Just saw him last week. He seemed to be doing pretty well, so good. Thanks to the superintendent, thanks to the IT staff at White Bear High School for helping us out with some of the internet stuff. So back underway here. Bears leading by 2. Top of the slot, forward to Nolan Road. To his right, Olsen with the shot. Takes a couple of hops off of Woodbury sticks, and they'll try to get it back the other way. Here's Grosclass, but it's pickpocketed over to Olsen. Laska slides it forward to Stanius, who goes to Road, avoiding a hit very smartly.
That made me nervous.
Like saying that's not important. No, let's just leave that puck on its own. And he did. We continue play here, just under a minute into period number 3. We've had really quick goals in the first 2 periods. We'll see if the third brings some more excitement here. Laska trying to track this one down, beaten to the puck, but Olsen will scoop it up here. Goes behind the protection of his goal. Slides it back over to Laska. Laska long pass to Road, who redirects it forward to Stanius. Stanius skates his way in, doesn't have any help because the rest of his team went to a line change. So great job, though, by Stanius keeping that puck, getting it deep. And now watch out. Puck goes into the netting, thankfully. And we have a whistle with 15 and a half to go in the third period. Lalonde looking after it. Brings it all the way around the wall to Selski. Pushed out in front. Buteau with the chance of the save made, and it's smothered up by Trzaskowski. Pause for dramatic effect there. Do you feel that?
Love it.
Pretty dramatic.
Love it. Not sure why we're playing this song when nobody got a penalty, but
clearly a playlist.
yep.
We shuffle things up here in White Bear. Lalonde behind for Timmins. Centering pass stolen away. And the Royals will get it out. Tarleton takes a hit. Lets the puck go deep. And the Bears come back to grab it. It's Buteau. Slices to his left. Back down the ice. It goes. Helped along by Lalonde. To the blue line. Here's Driscoll. Returns it in the direction of Lalonde, but it comes off his stick. Bay has it for the Bears. He'll give it to Timmins. Timmins behind his goal. Finds Driscoll. then it goes off a couple of sticks and shin pads and finds its way into the netting with 14:29 to go in period number 3. Face off in the Gentry Academy side of the ice here. Won by the Bears. And they'll play it through the White Bear Lake zone. Slid across for Eckerly. And Eckerly will skate it in now to the Mounds View side. Pass in front, chance. Norman with the shot. Rebound, score! Norman with the shot. Vinny Villela with the bury. And it's 4-1 Bears. Did not expect that.
No.
They are they're pointing to us.
Yep.
That's really cool. So thank you to those guys down there.
Good to see that third line rewarded. We talked earlier about how great they've been for this Bears and how important they will be going forward, and good to see them get rewarded.
That's Villella's third goal of the season, his career here, and really cool to see Villela making an impact. Norman as well, and we were complimenting Norman earlier in the game, and there seems to be a work ethic that I don't want to insult the Bears earlier in the season, Chad, but I don't know if we've seen this all year. But every line is really contributing here in some way, shape, or form, and it's stemming from just some hard work and digging deep.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, we can talk about that disappointing losing streak, which included a 4-0 shutout loss to Park, and that was disappointing. But we harken back to Tim Sager and his philosophy of these are just 25 practice games, and they don't really matter till we get to the postseason.
And sometimes it's good for a team to go through a little bit of adversity before they go to the playoffs.
We hope this is a case of peaking at the right time, and I hope to see this continue. They got another tough game in a couple of days against Cretin before, as you mentioned, Chad, there is a very real possibility that these two teams play again in the playoffs. Here's a redirection by Stanius, and it's covered up here. He took a shot or two after, and Rode getting involved as well. And what you don't want to see, Chad, is anybody A, getting hurt for something after, and B, as there's some emotions going on. There's a lot of feelings out there right now.
Yep.
And Nolan Rode not too happy as he goes to the box. Man, what is going on here? By the way, proceed as if we're on the air.
Yep. Goal for the Royals.
Oh no, we missed a. What is going on here? I mean, everything looks good.
Yeah. When I pull it up, it's stuck at like 13-13.
Whoa, that's a sign, Chad. I think we're back.
We think we're back.
We didn't do anything, by the way. So I think that was on YouTube's end. I hate to blame it on YouTube or the rain. But we didn't. Did we do anything? I don't think we did anything. I didn't change anything.
No.
So we're back, and we want to get the.
We got confirmation it's back.
All right. Sorry, folks. Again, we didn't
missed a couple goals, I believe.
Oh man.
Jack Stanius.
YouTube down. Come on, man.
Oh, so it was strictly a YouTube thing. What? Of course, of all the problems are happening today.
All the time. You can't make that up. All right. Well, hopefully we're back for good, but I mean, Chad, you want to quickly buy some servers and go to a live streaming platform? One that, oh man, that's crazy. What are the odds of that? So here's what happened. What happened, Chad?
Yep.
Since we left.
Jack Stanius, I think we missed that one. He scored a power play goal.
Welcome. It was a great call. Welcome back, Jack.
It was an unreal call.
He pointed at me. It was awesome. All right, here comes
We might
Nolan
have
Rowe.
actually got that
Get the
one.
hats ready, damn it. Just knocked off.
And
the
then
stick.
Woodbury just scored a goal a couple minutes ago to make it 5-2.
Did you see who scored? Oh, there was a goalie change as well.
Yep.
So
For the Royals.
the Royals.
Okay, we only missed one goal,
Okay, all right.
is what the streets are saying.
Well, I hope that was the Royal goal.
It was the Royal goal.
That Jack Stanius call was legendary. In fact, they're already starting to write it in lettering on the walls here.
For the mural.
Yeah, for the mural. We need a
For
mural.
the mural in the new rink when it eventually comes.
Can it be the Zach Halverson press box? Can I throw my hat in?
Yep. Zach Halverson Memorial Press Box.
I hope not.
Even when
Memorial
you're
yet.
still alive.
I mean, I guess as long as I'm still alive to see it, they can call it whatever they memorial, whatever they want. 6 minutes to go in the third. Dear YouTube, give me about with stoppage time. Here's a chance. Royals shot. Beautiful save, Gabriel. What a job working from right to left, denying that opportunity, keeping the Bears up 3. So YouTube, please, 5:40 and change. Stay up. Stay up. None of this down stuff anymore. All right. Here we go. Shot up in the air, falls down. Norman has it behind. Swung around the wall. Olsen keeps it in, takes a hit in the process. Looks the official, no call. And tried to keep it in front of him, but it just skipped his stick, and Eckerly will retreat behind his goal. 5 minutes, 12 seconds to go. Pass forward. Dumped in. Carlton. Off the wall. Lucius. They're just trying to just jam it out, kill this remaining time, and get victory number 16 on this 2023-2024 season. Hard to believe that when we started, Chad, it was the 2012-2013 season, and I'll tell you, at that time, 23 and 24 didn't seem like real numbers.
No, they did not.
And with 4:20 to go in the third, Bears trying to send us out in style, and what a gift that would be. Because if there's one thing I'll tell you I love more than broadcasting, it's White Bear Lake hockey. I think we've got the receipts to prove it. I'll tell you that much. Well, even before. I mean, I remember when Chad went to Cretan.
Yeah.
And went into their building and
shut them out.
That was fun. Junior year was great.
Yeah.
And so was senior year and beyond. So Timmons will dump the puck in. 3.5 to go. Tanner Olson will ice it. And we'll have a face-off in front of Gabriel. 3:29 to go. Now, Zach, you did a lot of the soccer coverage as well, and basketball and hockey and everything.
Yeah, soccer, football, volleyball, basketball.
We had a great time at homecoming a few years ago with
Oh,
Josh
yeah.
and the Bass Pro Shops and the hats and just a great time, Gabe, as well. It's cool to go back and do one more football game, Chad, and that was fun.
Yeah, in the new press box. Actually, broadcast from the press box.
Yeah.
For we did it for lacrosse, but never had for a football
No.
game.
Mainly because the ceiling always looked like it was going to collapse on us. The old one did. So.
We did it for about a year, maybe 14 or 15. We had some iPad broadcasts and stuff.
Got a Sports Center top 10 highlight. Had the unbelievable Michael Johnson goal to start that season, and was about as emotional as that gets. what a time that was, and what a kid that was, and what a man he is today. And that's perhaps the crazy part is the kids that we started calling are
Married,
married
have
and
kids.
having kids, and you're getting married.
That is true.
You and Sarah just
To a girl
wonderful.
from Blaine, where our first ever broadcast ever was.
Amazing. It was meant to be. And again, Zach Chapman should be noted. Drove down here from St. Cloud for this, driving back up, did a lot of that stuff the last couple of years. We, whether not even St. Cloud, but other places as well, he's put a lot of miles on the road to bring these games to you. So that's why we wanted to make sure Zach could be here tonight, and he's just as big of a part of this crew as Chad and I. So. Tripping is going to be the call.
No.
And Jack knew it. I think he started skating to the box before the whistle was even blown.
Yep.
So Jack Stanius to the box. Nolan Road looks to the bench and says, I'm just going to stay out here for a little while.
Why haven't they pointed to us when they gotten penalties?
I don't think they want to glorify that. Chad, come on. Don't be silly. 5-on-4 for the better part of regulation, unless the Royals are able to finally capitalize on a power play. Again, they are -1 in the special teams department tonight. Blake Eckerly scored a goal on a 5-on-3 penalty kill. Short-handed, and they don't actually note that in the box score. It's just short-handed, but they should have a way. Here's Nolan Road for a shorty in the Hattie. Road moving his way in. Oh, what a save in front. Rebound still loose. Back to the blue line. It was stopped by the Woodbury defenseman. Oh, my. Zach Davis denies a beautiful move for Nolan, who easily chasing that third goal there, and he almost got it. So close. Long pass down the ice. It'll be played over to Woodbury here. The Royals nearly turn it over, but they'll work their way up the ice with 69 seconds to go. They enter the White Bear Lake zone. And it's cleared again by White Bear Lake. Belloc. Up to Tarleton. Backhander around the wall. Turned over, Eckerly. He'll send it down the ice. 40 seconds remain in the home schedule for the 23-24 White Bear Lake boys hockey season. Tanner Olson fires it into the net. Ding. Netting. Wrong net.
Wrong net.
"17 seconds of penalty time to kill. 24 seconds of regulation remains. Royals getting their orders from the bench. They have the right personnel. Draw won by the Bears and will be sent off a weird hop. I believe it hit the official. Looks like he's okay. 15 seconds to go. Bears will send it down the ice, and that should pretty much do it. Royals swinging around the wall. 5 seconds remain. And that will do it here from TCO Sports Garden. White Bear Lake defeats Woodbury 5-2. Netting number 18 victories on this season as they head out to Cretin to close out the 2023-2024 season. Regular season at least. And Chad and Zach, that was an impressive win all around. Nolan Road, a couple of goals, a 5-on-3 shorty from Blake Eckerly. Jack Stanius getting involved, and of course, Vinny Villela getting on the board as well.
Exciting finish for the Horn and the Bears on the home schedule. Great to go out with a win this time. The last time wasn't as fun back in Cloquet, but congrats to the Bears, and thanks for sending us out in winning fashion.
Oh yeah, that was it's a good way to end the home stretch here for the regular season. It's a good way to go out, and it pretty much right from the get-go. Nolan Rhodes set the tempo, set the kind of the pace, and yeah, you know, a great win.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. My goodness.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Love you guys. All right. We mentioned earlier that we ended numerous seasons in tears because we didn't know if we were coming back, because we didn't know what our lives were going to be in the following fall. We could have been anywhere. In some cases we were. In one case we were in St. Cloud, and we didn't know if it was going to be back, but it always came back, and it was always cool. And we finally decided this year that it was time, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy decision to make, and but it was the right decision to make. And if any, this last night here has proven, as much as we love this town and this community and everything that goes into it, it's been returned tenfold. It has been just an honor and a privilege to do this, and so I want to give you guys the opportunity to say your final words, and then we'll close things out because I think we've had enough of this. But we'll start with you, Chad, or actually let's start with Chapman first, because Zach, you took over the reins a few years ago, and it was going to be the end, and it wasn't the end, because you had the courage to send an email, and I didn't know what to expect, and you know, I didn't have to be honest with you, didn't have a lot of high hopes, but then I met you, and I knew pretty much right away that this is a really cool deal. You were incredible, and unfortunately we had this pandemic that kind of got in the way of our plans, but and I to tell you the truth, I thought that was going to be it, and we were able to sneak in a game toward the end, a section quarterfinal here, wearing masks, and I thought that would be it, but you kept through it, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing this and keeping this going.
No, yeah. Thank you for giving me the opportunity and betting on me, and I just remember just kind of it being a dream to broadcast someday, and I remember sitting. Ironically, it was Gabe that kind of put it together. Gabe was the one that told me to reach out because you guys were ending things, and just decided to keep it going, and it's there's no regret in it. It's one of the greatest feelings to be a part of this, be a part of the community that you grew up in, and give back, and continue to build up and whatnot. And it's been a fun industry to kind of learn from. Chad, I haven't known you as long, but it's been a great ride. Happy for your future, where you're heading, Zach. I have to give pretty much my whole start in this industry to you. Just having moments here on the Horn, and learning just the radio industry, what you've done. I just couldn't be more grateful for the opportunity to represent you, Chad, the Horn, the community. It's just been a blessing to be a part of this, and yeah, it all started here, and just can't be more thankful.
I've talked about this a million times. First of all, by the way, Zach doing phenomenal KVSC. You can hear his calls on there, traveling all over the country, covering Huskies hockey. So be sure to follow him there. And you want to talk about a future? I mean, this is a kid with ambition and heart and does just phenomenal work. So please keep an ear out for Zach. You will certainly hear him for many years to come in other capacities. So thank you, Zach. And again, I've said this many times before. Chad Olson never had any broadcasting ambition. He was he loved sports. He loved sports way more than I did. And if there was a random hockey prospect that played high school at Kitson Central, he knew where they were playing junior hockey.
Go Bearcats.
Exactly. Go Bearcats. I wouldn't even have known the mascot if it wasn't for Chad. But he loves sports, and he loves high school hockey as much as anybody that I know. And that's part of the reason why if you're looking for an analyst, you're not necessarily looking for a broadcaster. You're looking for somebody who knows the game and who loves the game as much, if not more, than you do. And luckily, as I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with this venture I had, I didn't know if I knew pretty well that I wasn't going to be able to do this on my own. And as I was bouncing ideas off of Chad, as he would pick me up every day on the way to school, he was awesome about that. I didn't have to worry about riding the school bus because Chad was out there, that Saturn Sports Coupe, ready to bring us to South Campus.
Yeah,
and
we beat the crap out of that thing.
Yeah, we did. Days like this morning, we would have been working that handbrake as much as anybody, and this might have been probably one of those days in which the transmission would have blown like it did on the way to school one day, and that was no more Mercedes, as we called it affectionately, because it felt like a Mercedes at times.
Sure
it was
did.
Nice. It had a smell.
It did.
It did. But we bounced ideas off, and he helped me with this and that. And I finally tried. I was scared. I was scared to ask, but I kind of asked him to, and maybe even didn't ask. Maybe sort of kind of forced him into this whole thing, because I needed somebody like that. And Chad, you want to talk about courage? You want to talk about bravery? This guy. I mean, he. I don't feel using the proper metaphor in a high school broadcast, but you know what I'm talking about. He had those to take this leap and to be a part of this ride, and that is awesome. And so you want to talk? He made this happen. There's no way I could have done this on my own. He was there driving us around and getting us to the sponsors and making this possible, talking even with these people, and just talking with me and giving me support throughout this. So, Chad, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done.
Thank you.
I have so much pride in the fact that we are the Horn, HORN, and obviously, I don't know, I guess we'll try to work a C in there someday, but I have so much pride in that O, because as I said earlier today, Halvey Radio Network, what a stupid name. It wasn't complete until we had the Horn, and I'm very lucky to have a best friend like you to not only be there in my life as a friend, but also as a broadcaster and as a fellow sports fan as well. And I thank you for doing what you have done to make this dream come true.
Oh, I appreciate that. It was a heck of a run from that first football game against, I believe, Roseville, that we absolutely hated.
Yes.
To now. We knew it would be emotional, but this team really went over the top tonight with the cupcakes, the banners, pointing at us
Yeah.
after every single goal. We did not expect that. Thank you to CA for the jerseys, and what a way to go out.
Yeah, certainly was incredible, and man, I just you mentioned that Roseville game, and I know and that's another thing I'll bring up is Chad had every reason to back out and say what are we doing, and I thought myself was like, what are we doing, because we had worked so hard, and it was really hard to kind of smell the roses, if you will, and take a breath. And there were so many issues that first night. Thankfully, we solved them. We've never had any issues since. Certainly not even tonight when the YouTube goes down. But it was that second week where we kind of knew that we were doing something special. I don't know what changed, but the energy, the vibe, and everything. And that was another thing too, is being able to call it with you, with our classmates, and that first year was so cool. So, final thoughts, Chad? I hate saying that.
Yeah,
I was
final
always,
thoughts.
every time we closed out every broadcast. Chad, your final thoughts here from TCO.
Thank you all for the memories over the years. Hopefully we get to watch this team in St. Paul in a couple weeks.
That's the goal, and we hope to see it. This is a very special team, and we've been lucky enough to cover and be a part of so many special teams over the years, and coaches and fans and everybody here. It's been one heck of a ride, and I wear my love for this community on my sleeve. I love White Bear, and there's a reason why we always tend to stick around, isn't it? That we just can't seem to get out of this area, because it's so awesome, and what a gift it has been to share this love and passion with the internet and wherever you were. And I came up with the slogan, "The Home of White Bear Nation," because, well, one, I wanted to spotlight White Bear, but two, because the Home of White Bear Nation is on the internet. It's everywhere. And so whether you are the ones who stuck around, or the emails that we got from people and watching and all over the country, parents who were forced to go off and work and they had to miss their kids' games, and we get those thank yous and everything. And I said this morning that I did it for me, and I'll keep that. I did this for me, but how cool is it that this selfish act of me wanting to work on this broadcasting passion and career and everything turned out to be something so much more than that. And it maybe it started about me, but in the end it was about us. It was about these guys here, these people here, the fans, the kids out there. As we mentioned earlier, many of the kids that we started are now men and women, and are doing wonderful things with their lives. And it was so cool to capture that moment, to capture these memories, and that will last a lifetime. So thank you so much, everybody, whoever watched and whoever said hi and shook hands and supported, and thank you for everything. This has been just an incredible journey, and I owe so much of my life to this. So have a great rest of your weekend, and good luck to all the White Bear teams, and especially, of course, this wonderful boys hockey team, who I really think has a bright future ahead, behind head coach Chris Anderson and so many of these kids who showed their character tonight and throughout the season. And I can't wait to see what's ahead for them. And I can say that because we saw what was ahead for a lot of these kids 10, 12 years ago. And they did great things, and these kids will continue to do great things because we're White Bear Lake, man. and it doesn't get much better than this. This is a top-notch community, and I thank you so much for tuning in. So for the final time, for Zach Chapman, for Josh Dorr, for Thomas Halverson, the rest of the Halversons here with us, and everybody that has helped over the years, a cast of hundreds, if not thousands. We tried to put them all on a list. It's so many, but thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, everybody, for helping. I have to say goodbye. I know I'm stalling. I don't want to say goodbye, but I do. It is time. So 12 years. It's been fun. It's been a journey. We say thank you, and we bid adieu. This has been the home of White Bear Nation, thehornwbl.com. See you, everyone.